Hello everyone, and welcome back. In today's video we are mood reading. On my TBR I had a list of viral books from Bookstagram, BookTok, BookTube, whatever, and I decided I wanted to read them in today's video to build up my resume. If I want to start my BookTube, I feel like I should know the viral books, like I should have read them by now, I should have an understanding of them. So I gave myself 4 different books to choose from, and throughout this video I kind of just choose which book I'm gonna read. The 4 books that I wanted to choose between was The Honeymooners, Verity, The Silent Patient, and The 70-Year Slip, which I think is a more recent viral book. And yeah, just my cozy mood reading vlog. Get your books if you haven't read it, and let's read. So The 7-Year Slip, I don't know too much about it. I don't like knowing too much about a book before I read it, which was also on my December TBR, so knocking 2 birds with 1 stone. But this book is about time travel and falling in love. So her aunt passed away and she gets to live, or has to live, in her aunt's apartment. And this is an apartment that she's been told her whole life is magical. And then this apartment brings this boy over. He's from 7 years ago. Okay, so I'm in chapter 7 and I'm already noticing little things that I don't want to be like, I think this is him from chapter 1, like this is him. Or I don't know if it was chapter 1, but where they went and they did the thing and then she fell into the boy. Is this the boy? Someone tell me. It's happening. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I need to like... Okay, ignore my room. It's a mess, so don't even look back there. But it's the next day and I want to tell you guys my rating and my just review on The 7-Year Slip. So basically this is a book about a girl whose aunt passed away and she moves into her New York apartment and, you know, she's sad, she's living life, whatever. Then she meets this boy who she possibly might fall in love with, who knows, but the deal is he's from the past, you know, and she's from the present / his future, if that makes sense. So we're trying to figure out what's gonna happen in the time frame. Like, are they gonna fall in love? Are they not gonna fall in love? Are they gonna meet in the future? Are they not gonna meet in the future? I really liked this book. I thought it was cute. I thought it was loving. That being said, you probably could predict what was gonna happen next. I don't think it's a hard, unpredictable read at all. It brought me out of my reading slump. I would say, like, I was in such a slump after trying to read the Knock 'Em Out series. No shade to Knock 'Em Out series. This really brought me out of it. It was a cute romance and it didn't really touch on spiciness. I kind of loved the way that they approached it. I don't know, I loved it. I wanted to go through the rest of my night to see how I felt about the book. I feel like a 5-star book is a book that I'm thinking about all day. I'm thinking about the characters, I'm thinking about the world, I'm imagining myself in their shoes. But I just didn't do that with this book. I kind of closed the book and I was like, nice, that was a good book. And I put it back on my bookshelf and that was it. But simply because it pulled me out of my reading slump, I'm gonna give this book a 5-star read. I was thinking about doing 4.5, but I'm just not that petty. I'm just gonna round it up and give it a 5-star read. Oh, what the frig? My cat just attacked me. Jeez. Oh, she said I'm talking too much. I'm gonna go start the book. The Silent Patient. Gosh, it really hurt. The lighting is really bad because all of my lights are off except for my TV. I took a break and went and showered and washed my hair and did my skincare and everything so I can cuddle up and read this book, this thriller. It felt perfect to read in the dark, I guess. But I'm struggling a little bit, I feel like, getting into this book. So let me just tell you guys what the book is about. So basically right now in the book, we're following Alicia's therapist and we're figuring out his motives behind why he wants to know so badly why Alicia murdered her husband and why he's so obsessed with her. The book is really taking us from his POV to discovering kind of what he thinks about Alicia, his motives, his steps to recovering her, or kind of how he thinks he can save her. And I mean, she's offed her husband, so I don't really know why we're trying to save her necessarily or why we're obsessed with her, but I have a feeling that there's a deeper reason to why she did what she did to her husband. It's just like, I just don't know what it is. I have a theory, and I guess that's the whole purpose of these chapters, is to have a theory on what really happened and obviously not know what happened. So it's kind of taking us through his day-to-day life as her therapist and figuring out who she was before she did what she did to her husband, and after she did what she did to her husband and trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, since she won't speak, she is the silent patient. With that being said, I am dragging my feet through this book. I don't think it's a poorly written book at all. I don't think it's a bad book. I just don't love a thriller. I don't know if that's what it is, because I'm not really thrilled yet, which I don't know if that's insulting to say. I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but it's been about 20 minutes since I last updated you guys and just told you that I was kind of struggling along this book, not because it's a bad book, but just because I'm not that interested in the storyline itself. But I'm gonna tell you where I'm at right now in the book and then tell you what I'm thinking. So far in this book, I'm kind of at the point where her therapist is learning more about her and why she is the way she is. We've just switched to her diary, or her POV, so we're going back and forth between his present day POV and then her diary, which I don't know if that's in the present, in the past, I don't know. I think I'm gonna DNF this book, which is so unfortunate because this is one of my very first videos on this channel and I don't want to not read books in my reading vlog, but I just don't want to finish it. I don't know how to say that in the nicest way possible, but I'm just not interested in finishing this book at this moment. I think a part of the problem is I'm also so excited to start Divine Rivals that I cannot focus on this book. I just don't have an attention span for it. Oh, I'm just so disappointed in myself because I started the book and I really want to finish it. Overall, I'm sure this is an amazing book. I'm not gonna rate it because I didn't read it. I'm only 18% in, which I feel like doesn't give me the right basis to even begin to rate this book, but so far I will say the writing style is really great. The introduction to the characters was great. The detailing was great. The setup, the foundation is great. Most YouTubers or booktubers, they're finishing 3 to 4, sometimes even 5 books a video, and I'm struggling to get through my 3. I just DNF'd my second, so it's a little disappointing, but I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a breather. I'm gonna circle my apartment, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna read Verity, which I will complete. If not, then obviously you won't be watching this video because then it's not a reading vlog. It's just me reading the 7-year slip. I'm gonna read Verity. Now, this book, I don't know what it's about, so let's read the description. So Lowen Ashland is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of bestseller author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Lowen arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its contents could devastate the already grieving father. But as Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, the truth that's horrifying would make it impossible for him to continue loving her. This sounds really interesting. It's only 333 pages. We're gonna read this. I'm pumped. Alright, let's get started on Verity. Filming a 24-hour reading vlog after this where I read viral or start viral TikTok series, and I want to read Divine Rivals so bad. It's all I can think about. Fourth Ring and Divine Rivals are so hyped, and I'm a fantasy girl. I don't know if I'm a fantasy girl. I'm more of like a sci-fi girl. I love sci-fi. Subplot romance. Barely subplot, like sub of the subplot romance. They don't even talk about romance, but they save you from death. That's how I know that it's love, you know? I'm literally on chapter 1. I'm at 9% through the book and I'm having a good time. Like, it's a good book. I just read the end of chapter 6, which is a part of the manuscript that belongs to Jeremy's wife. I am in shock. I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching this has read this book. I'm probably the only person in the world who has it. But when I say I'm in shock, I'm baffled. Skip for spoilers. Spoilers coming. Skip to this time. A hanger, bro? What? You can see my mascara is leaking. Tell me if you have a better mascara. I used the Isla, whoever mascara, and they're horrible. But anyways, I'm actually so into this book. And this is a thriller. But this has got me. Like, what do you mean? And like, this is so well written. Like, I'm so sorry to everybody who doesn't like Colleen Hoover. But this is a very well written book because every time she goes back into Lowen's perspective, I'm like, I really just want to read the manuscript. Lowen, go to the manuscript. Or when she gets freaked out by Verity, I'm freaked out. I'm like, wait, what? She found her hidden manuscript, but the way that she reads it to us is so perfect because she literally finds it in chapter 2 or 3, but like every other chapter goes back and forth between Lowen's present day perspective, running into Verity or being afraid of Verity and seeing different things around the house, just like really creepy things. And then we switch back to her reading the manuscript and you get every part of the manuscript is a little bit darker, is a little bit creepier, is a little bit like, what? So anyways, that's where I'm at. I just started chapter 7. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I'm a slow reader. I like to take my time. I like to reread, you know? But yeah. I'm on the last chapter, or the last 2 or 3 chapters, and it's getting so intense that like I'm on the edge of my seat. So I just turned on my camera. Like, I look insane. It's not focusing, but it's whatever. It's whatever. This is getting so good. Not quite the plot twist I was expecting. You can tell I've been reading all day. Look at the state of me. I need to shower, I need to eat dinner, I need to edit this video. It's literally been hours. But that, I was not expecting that ending. I don't think I'm like unsatisfied with it by any means, but I'm just like, I have no thoughts. I'm just so like out of it, I guess. I want to know what happens next. Like, I want to know how you just find the plot twist and you're like, I refuse. You're like, no thank you. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, girl. My camera died, so I'm filming this part on my phone, and I don't know if the quality is going to be significantly different or worse, but it is what it is because my camera died and I really want to finish this video. But who knew that? I just am shocked by the ending. I really enjoyed that book. I think that's the best Colleen Hoover book I've read. I really enjoyed that book. I think that was really good, especially because I'm not into thrillers. And I know people can be like, so you liked that, but you didn't like Silent Patient? Yes, that book had me hooked the whole time. So I'm gonna rate it a 4 out of 5. I think it was a really good book. Like, what do you mean? The ending? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, anyways, that was my reading vlog, reading viral books. Yeah, I hope you liked it. See you next time.